World of Warcraft has an almost endless expanse of things to do, like dungeons, raids, battlegrounds, arenas, quests, and so much more. But every one of these things becomes even better when you have the right group of friends to play with. And that is precisely why guilds are so important. A guild will connect you with other players to build friendships and conquer the most difficult challenges that WoW has to offer. So today, let's discuss how guilds work, where to find them, and what type of guild you should join. Each guild is uniquely organized and structured by the players of that guild, but there are some norms that you can expect to see. Every guild will have a guild master and a team of officers that help manage the guild and organize the player roster. There will also be other roles created in the guild as well that players can work their way through. Sometimes these are related to what you do in game, like raiding or PvP. Sometimes they're relevant to how long you've been in the guild or how helpful you are for other players. One benefit that you will usually find for higher ranks within the guild is more access to the guild bank. Every guild has a bank that players can deposit items into, and other members of the guild can withdraw items or even gold from. It's very common to see that higher ranks like officer or veterans will have more access to the guild bank, maybe even be able to withdraw as much as they need, while a newer member to the guild might not have any access or just one item a day. But there's also guild repairs. You can use guild gold to repair your armor. So the next time you are at an armor repair vendor, check out the golden hammer at the bottom. If you click that, it will repair your armor using guild funds, not your own funds. The guild bank does track deposits and withdrawals, so be careful that you don't try to steal from the guild or else you will be removed. These perks sound exciting, and I know you want to find a guild as fast as possible, but hold up, before you start searching for a guild, take a moment and let's figure out what type of guild you are looking for. Guilds form for all sorts of purposes, and knowing what you want in a guild will help you have the best experience possible. So I'll give a quick explanation of the main types of guilds that you might encounter. Raiding guilds have strict expectations and schedules. These guilds are often pushing the toughest content in the game and require tryouts before you can even join. But if you're willing to put in the work, the rewards will be legendary. Dungeon guilds are designed for forming mythic dungeon groups. Although it is worth noting that most raiding guilds will also run mythic dungeons frequently as well. So if you desire to do both, look for a raiding guild. If you only want to run dungeons, then I would suggest looking for a dungeon guild. PvP guilds are focused around player versus player content like arenas, battlegrounds, world PvP, and more. Role-playing guilds are groups of friends that are working together to build a world, organize role-playing events, and help craft each other's stories. These are more common on role-playing servers. Lastly, we have social guilds, and I saved this one for last because I think it might be the most diverse of them all. Some social guilds are solely for help with leveling, while others are there to create a place to share your progress on achievements or mount farming and other solo content. Often these types of social guilds are great for players that don't really want competitive content but still would like to have a community. Other types of social guilds might offer more relaxed but still competitive endgame content, like having a weekly raid schedule that pushes heroic instead of mythic, or groups organized to run mid-level keys. These types of guilds are exceptional for helping players learn new types of content they would otherwise be overwhelmed to attempt with strangers. So then, how do you join a guild? Well, there are three primary methods, the first of which is the Guild Finder tool. You can find this tool by opening the Guild tab, then clicking Guild Finder. Once there, use the search tool to enter your criteria for a guild and send out an application or two. Many players with more specific goals like to use trade chat to search as well. Simply type /2 to begin the message and type out what kind of guild you are looking for. And lastly, many guilds will recruit through the WoW forums as well, so search there too. Quick note, guilds are locked to your server, so you cannot join guilds that are on another server. And at the moment, guilds are also locked to your faction. So if you're Alliance, you can only join Alliance guilds. But that will change in the 10.1 update. So when that comes out, guilds will be cross-faction, both Horde and Alliance. A couple pro tips for once you do join a guild. Be engaged with the guild. You're only going to get out of it as much as you are willing to put in. So if you want to run some dungeons and try that out, make sure you are the first one to be asking other players to run dungeons with you. The more you do this, the more you're going to be asked to run with other people in return. Encourage other players, even if their performance isn't quite where you want it to be. And it's also worthwhile to check the guild's expectations and rules when you first join, just to make sure, one, it is a good fit for you, and two, that you're not accidentally doing something that is against the rules. And of course, if the guild has a Discord, join that Discord server. It is the best way to start building relationships quickly and get into the know with everything that your guild is doing. And speaking of Discords, there's a link below to mine. Feel free to hop in there and chat with us about WoW or ask any questions that you still have. And we did just launch our own in-game community as well. These work similarly to guilds, but there will be some information in the description below on how you can join. Anyone from any server or faction is welcome to be a part.